It is Monday, it is fast money football. What a weekend it was across world footy, and let's face it, the end is nigh across European football. Porto clinched this weekend in Portugal. That's 3 of the past 5 championships under Sergio Conceição, of course, who danced post-match. You've got to see that, by the way. Google it. It's quite amazing. Love that guy. Chelsea won the WSL. Jesse Fleming, yes, Canada's own Jesse Fleming, with their 2nd title. Milan are closing in on its return to trophies finally at the expense of Inter Milan, possibly. Liverpool shoe was the first to drop in the Premier League. Yes, they dropped points against Spurs. City won, so now it's 3 points in Man City's favour, plus goal differential. But Albert will update all the betting lines and the outrights later today. It's a big week, though, coming up for you across Europe. In England, Villa take on Liverpool on Tuesday. Must-win time for the Reds, of course. And don't forget, Steven Gerrard, now coach of Villa, it was his slip that cost the Reds the 2014 title, an iconic Premier League moment. Just to remind you, by the way, a draw and a win in their last 2 games back in that year would have given the Reds the championship. But Stevie G slips at the back. In come Chelsea, in come Demba Ba. They score. The Reds fail to win the championship, and Stevie G is just maligned ever since for that moment. Extremely unfair in my opinion, but it's the Premier League. It's cruel and it's ruthless. Wednesday, Watford take on Everton. That is a Toffees game in hand. Again, it's must-win time. They win, they're 4 points up on Burnley and Leeds. And on Thursday, the North London derby. Huge game for Spurs and Arsenal. Spurs have to win this game, really. It's 4 points right now between the 2 teams. They must win that one. So a really exciting week coming up on the football field. Off the field, also very exciting. It looks like Erling Haaland to Man City is imminent. Reportedly, City have informed Dortmund they will activate the $100 million clause and get him on a 5-year deal worth about $798,000 per week. Yeah, per week. So they're overpaying on the salary, underpaying on the transfer. Haaland is a happy boy, and no wonder. What a player he'll be. 83 goals in 85 games for Borussia Dortmund. But if you don't trust the media and these reports, trust the bookies. Haaland to City has crashed to minus 2,000 overnight. It's a done deal. All right, moving on. This week is the 10-year anniversary for City's first title in modern football history. Yes, remember that Aguero goal against QPR right at the death to deprive poor old Manchester United of a championship? Remember the great call by Martin Tyler? Aguero, it's amazing. Let's play that.
Enough for the 3 points. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Yeah, it's incredible, wasn't it? They've actually released a special 3rd shirt remarking on that moment with Aguero, with all the O's on the back of the shirt, the times emblazoned on the shirt as well. It's a lot of fun for Man City. But back to this season, though, and what's happening with the outrights, Albert?
It was a weekend that saw a lot of movement at the bottom and top of the table, and that's where we start. After Liverpool's draw with Spurs and City's 5-0 win over Newcastle United this weekend, Pep Guardiola's side needs 7 points from their last 3 games to win the title. Although the gap is only 3 points, the bookies have City as minus 1,000 favorites in some places to lift the trophy. It would be their 4th time in the past 5 years. As for Liverpool, well, if you want some value, then now is the time to bet. They're as big as plus 700 underdogs to win the league, and based on current form, you can't put it past them. But don't forget, if both teams win their remaining fixtures, City takes it. Liverpool will probably need to claim the maximum amount of points available, plus hope for a big slip-up from Man City. Steven Gerrard, can you hear me? City faces his Aston Villa side in the last game of the season. Tottenham picked up a much-needed point against the Reds, but it was all for naught. Arsenal's 2-1 win over Leeds put them in the driver's seat in the race for the top 4. The Gunners have a 5-point lead on 5th-place Spurs, with the North London derby coming up this Thursday. The game will be played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, a place where Arsenal has yet to win. So just like the title race, it's down to 2 teams, with Manchester United and West Ham no longer being able to qualify for the Champions League. The odds shake out like this. Arsenal is minus 350 to finish in the top 4, while Spurs can be backed at plus 250. Not bad. I didn't mention Chelsea, but they're favored at minus 4,000. Unless they absolutely collapse in their last 3 matches, they should be fine. But if you think they will, just like they did against Wolves, then you can back them at 16-1 to not finish in the top 4. Imagine that. How about Everton? James and I have, as I'm sure most of you have, buried them and sent them into the championship a long time ago. I'll put my hands up and admit that I didn't think they had a chance to stay up. But here we are. Everton's 2-1 away win to Leicester moved them out of the relegation zone. I emphasize away because that was just their second win on the road this season. Their second. That's thanks in large part to Jordan Pickford, who's been unbelievable. He has a clean sheet and 12 saves in his last 2 matches. Incredible. I should note that just a few weeks ago, Everton was at the top of the list to go down. Now they're favored to stay up at minus 2,500. The favorites tag has now been awarded to Burnley, who were picked apart by Aston Villa in a 3-1 loss. Just behind them is Leeds at even money. Leeds, where did they come from? Their loss to Arsenal, coupled with Everton's win, put them into the drop zone. And to add to their misery, Luke Ayling will miss the remainder of the season. After his straight red against the Gunners, he'll be sorely missed, with Stuart Dallas also out. The fixtures, they don't look good either. They host Chelsea and Brighton at Ellen Road and wrap up the season away to Brentford. Good luck, Jesse. Oh, and I should probably mention that Watford was relegated this weekend. Not surprising, considering they replace their manager every 3 days, and their goalkeeper is a YouTuber. We'll miss you, Roy.